Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. We're playing Gazlowe today on the Towers of Doom. That's the name of the map. Man, I'm having a hard time with names today. We are gonna try the TNT build for Gazlowe. I have played a lot of Gazlowe, especially after his rework, and I've kind of gravitated towards more of a laser turret kind of setup, whereas this is almost exclusively focusing on the TNT. So level 1 increases explodium charge, cast range, and damage. Let's see if the enemy team wants to fight at the start. We'll just put our turrets down. Hey, come on! You could do it! If you've ever seen Gazlowe before, our Q ability are turrets that we place on the ground. Our W ability is a laser that we can shoot out to deal damage to our enemies, but also heal ourselves. Our E ability is the TNT in question that we will be throwing. And our trait allows us to break down scrap from the turrets that we've made to get that scrap back underneath our health bar. Pretty fun character design. I really like Gazlowe. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, whenever I feel like I'm in a little bit of a lull, Gazlowe usually brings me out of it. I wanted to make a Kira episode, and I've done 3 games now, and they've all just gone really fucking bad. So stepping away from that to play some Gazlowe sounds like a good time to me. The enemy team's Artanis moving down here towards us. He's going for the swap. We just put the stun here and walk away. He took more damage from that swap than we did. We can tell our turrets who to target if we decide we want to. And we do that simply by pressing 1 and letting that turret shoot away at the target. I've put it on Artanis, so as long as he's in range of this turret will be... Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the teleport. I'm gonna stand still right on top of that bomb. Beautiful. Good job. Thank you. I felt like I could beat him, but the Brightwing just completely cemented that kill. We're gonna go ahead and stun the Butcher as he's charging in. We're totally fine. Just completely fucking walk away. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. At level 4, we are going to pick up the Hyper Focus Coils. Death Laser and Explodium Charge deal bonus damage and heal. I think this is what allows us to get percentage damage. Not that it's going to be particularly useful versus this team, but it's never, like, not useful. You know, it's always something. Before the objective starts, I am going to try to finish off this camp. We don't have a lot of scrap generation at the moment. We're not super good at taking camps at the moment or anything, but especially with Azmodan coming down, we should be able to finish this in time. We've been feeling really low on scrap throughout this game so far, or at least I have. So I think one thing I'm gonna do is pick up the Death Laser, can generate scrap. Goblin Fusion here. The stun is down onto the Butcher, trying to peel for our bud here. We're gonna put a turret on to Artanis as well. So it looks like these guys are gonna get the bottom channel. Ooh, hold on, maybe not. Just put that stun over there. It's not gonna do much, but Brightwing with us here. We can put a turret down. This turret should be able to cover the whole channel. Actually, not quite. So if we hit someone with their laser now, we are gonna get some scrap back, or I guess that's when we level up, excuse me. I'm just gonna channel, just keep channeling, just keep channeling. Stun here. Get the fuck out of here. It looks like up at the top left, our team has been doing a decent job of delaying that objective as well. We just saw Kira and Hogger go down, but they were over on the left side of the map just brawling with the enemy team that whole time. Let me try to get to level 7 before I rotate up. There we go. Death Laser can now generate scrap. The enemy team's Butcher trying to set up a decent engage there. We're just gonna laser him, get that scrap going, put another turret down to create a wall of defense so we can safely channel this easily. Artanis trying to come in and interrupt this. He is gonna try to swap himself out. Hopefully we catch Ariel with this. Indeed we do. Laser is gonna miss, however, so we're not gonna get that scrap back, but she had to walk by our entire team and didn't die. Good stun. perfect. Perfect setup there. Perfect setup there. Make our way back down to the bottom lane, just soak some XP. So far, our stats are looking pretty average. Nothing that crazy. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I have noticed a lot of builds for Gazlowe are picking up overload at level 7, but I feel like the laser generating scrap is actually really important. I think it's one of his strongest talents. You're already incentivized to use it for just pure survivability, so getting extra damage out of your laser as well by putting down free turrets, I think is pretty important. Look at that, I got 2 free turrets off of Jimmy there, just because he decided to stay in the laser. Easy peasy. And that's gonna help push that lane, it's gonna help secure that lane. The enemy team is missing, so we can assume they're here. Indeed they are. Artanis has been spotted by Kira. If they are gonna keep moving up, they're gonna have to move into turrets, and it looks like they are backing up. I think the Butcher was nearby, so I'm not trying to get into too much trouble here. That TNT not gonna connect with anyone. We can laser this stun. Perfect, that sets us up great. I do have my turrets focusing Ariel here as she's moving up. We are gonna go for the Gravo bomb, and we have a pretty good setup for it here as well. Into a laser for healing. Into Kira's stun as well. Wow. Really good wombo combo there, actually. I was a little worried I moved up too far there, but everything worked out. The objective is up. Hogger is going to interrupt it. I think he made it in time. The Butcher being forced back. I'm going to go for the channel here. And I think we... Woo! Help! Help! Help me, Brightwing! Brightwing, help me! He left. We're good. We're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Once we hit level 13, we're just going to be looking at turret talents here. It's kind of up to you, whatever you want to do. I know some people really like the spell power stacking one, especially with the wombo combo build, kind of like what we have here. So overcharge capacitors is very popular with this setup. I've always been a fan of superior schematics though. Just being able to put multiple turrets down in an area and have those turrets overlapping damage on enemies, I think is super duper strong. And that's what I'm planning on going for today, assuming nothing changes in the meantime. Jim Raynor's standing still a lot. I was gonna move up and see if he wanted to trade a little bit. I'm being asked for assistance. What's up? I'm double soaking, man. I'm gonna get this building for free. Jim Laner is underneath us. Almost. I play a lot with Rocket Socket, which gives us a shield every time we put a turret down, and I haven't quite adjusted my expectations for survivability without having that. Especially with how scrap generation works, you can kind of stagger your shields so they don't really, you're not overlapping, you're not wasting any of that shielding. But that's okay, we can give Jimmy one trade. The friendly team did manage to take this bottom building. We have Asmodean channeling the top right objective right now. The rest of the friendly team fighting over a mercenary camp down there. Asmodean going straight for the turn-in. We're gonna beeline it to him as well because we want to help out. The rest of the enemy team might be rotating up right now, though. I'm gonna put a few auxiliary turrets down. Yeah, I don't think there's too much I can do here, my dude. Trying to run away. Butcher can still charge. Yep, here he comes. I got some scrap on him before he impacted. Stun on Jimmy just in case he moves up. He did. That forced him back. Oh, the Butcher actually being caught by Kira and Brightwing there. Good takedown. Good takedown. So like I said, I'm a level late, but we are going to be going for rocket turret attacks multiple enemies. Because we could generate scrap easily with the laser and get extra turrets down, it can really increase the amount of damage that we're pumping out into a fight. Also helps our lane clear. Really nothing bad about it. The bottom lane does have a pretty fat wave down there. Kira looking weak. She's okay though, as the enemy does disengage. If Asmodean's already clearing that, I will go ahead and start this camp. And remember, our turret is cleaving now, so we get some better damage and faster clear times on this now as well. Ariel rotating down. I can catch her here. Nice. Good setup for the Kira, who's engaging really hard now as well. And that's going to be an Ariel who got punished for being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. If the Butcher wants to engage, I just got a ton of scrap and I'm ready for him. He is going to silence me just to stop me from fucking moving up. Silence this, Butcher. We have 35 seconds on my ultimate before it's ready again. Let's go ahead and pick up Arc Reactor. I'll read the description in just a moment. Good follow-up stun by Kira there. We're going to hit a laser on several members of the enemy team as well. If they're retreating back this way, they at least have to walk by the bomb. We do catch the enemy team's Alarak with a stun. And I'm just going to continue putting turrets down. Put another stun down. Now whenever we throw a stun out with Arc Reactor, it's going to spawn these mini turrets, which are also going to fight our adversaries. Nice. Beautiful fucking setup. We're in with the turrets. They're cleaving that damage. That's 2 kills right there. If Ariel wants to continue to advance forward, she has to run through me. I'm being a little over cocky. I do have to run back to help with the Artanis. We have a resurrection on Alarak here, and I'm in a bad spot with him being resurrected. Let's throw out a stun on Jimmy. It does connect. We get new turrets as well with our laser connecting. This fight's already over. We don't have anything to gain by staying here, but we did a lot of damage in that last confrontation. So level 20, rather than picking up the miniature black hole, we actually haven't had too much trouble landing our wombo combo at all recently in this game. So we can pick up the bomb toss instead, and our explodium charge is going to throw out a few more bombs as a result. The enemy team just taking that mercenary camp southwest of me, which means they might be rotating up, but we see them pushing the bottom lane right now. I'm just going to go ahead and move down there and adjust for that. We left our turrets in the middle lane. Just slows the lane down, helps our minions get a little bit closer. I get a lot of flack for not scrapping turrets when I run away, but they're still getting value there. They're still doing stuff that we want them to do. Looks like there's a tussle on boss right now, which I don't know how I feel about. I'm certainly too far away to get to that. Maybe it just started at boss and then they backed away. The next objective is going to be up in 15 seconds, and it looks like I'm pretty clear to take bottom. Alarak moving down here. I kind of wanted to wait for him to use his ult, but Asmodean's chasing him off, so I should be able to get an easy clear here. While we were pushed back, the enemy team did manage to grab boss up top, and they are channeling that top objective. It looks like we were probably getting a little greedy with a call there. So we got bottom for free. The enemy team might be rotating down here on Asmodean, so I want to give him a little vision of that, and we're just going to put a turret down for that. Ariel, once again, in kind of a bad spot here. I feel like she's baiting me a little bit. I want that kill, don't get me wrong. It does feel really weird to not have those shields from my earlier talent here. So even if our stun doesn't connect at this point, it's still worth sending out because it does give... it does spawn additional turrets on top of it when we throw it out, so it's always going to be dealing damage even if the initial stun doesn't connect. I might just try to, blindly throw out an ult here. If I caught him, it would have been great. If not, that's okay. It's just a cooldown. We have our laser out on the Butcher. Turret's at his back. If he wants to trade here, it's going to cost him. Oh, he didn't back up. What a fucking madman. Artanis did finally catch up to me, ripping me apart there. We did manage to kill the Butcher, but Ariel bringing him back means he can recoup the losses. He can recoup those stacks on his meat, although he didn't lose any because his quest is already done. It seemed like we had a pretty commanding lead, or at least some momentum early on in the game, but the enemy team is hitting level 20 before us now. While we are still at 19, she needs to be very careful. They're rotating up to her. But it looks like she's fine. The good news is this next objective is only one shrine, and the better news is top building's almost dead, bottom building's already weak. If we wanted to take this stuff, we could do that really, really easily. I am going to be respawning in 10 seconds. And once we hit... So this is like I send out an initial charge, right? Gains a second charge with a 3-second cooldown between uses and launches 2 more bombs when it detonates. So I can just throw out more and more and more TNT. I don't believe the additional bombs, the 2 more that gets launched, I don't believe they have the arc reactor miniature turrets, but I can test that really fast. No, they sure don't. But it does have pretty big AoE coverage. And I mean, explodium charge is on a relatively low cooldown as it is, so having a second one just means we can stun a ton. This might be fun. Butcher setting up for a flank here. We do see him, of course. We're gonna put him in the old graviton bomb. Who's he healing off of at the moment? Or is he not? Is this all Ariel? We have another stun here. It does miss as the enemies were moving. Alarak getting ready to enter this fight in a big way. He's stunned by Hawkers, stunned by me, and taken down. Okay, this is where we win. That's an easy kill up top. The friendly team already going for that. Azmodan can clear this no problem here. So I beeline it straight for the bottom lane, and just like that, this enemy team loses all of their buildings. Every last one of them. You love to see it. You love to see it. Brightwing making the right call, coming down here with me as well. The next objective coming up in 29 seconds. The enemy team will be respawning just before that is ready. We might win the game before they even spawn. If you hold all the towers on the map, the enemy team gets bombarded one shot at a time from our core to theirs. Come on, there it is, leaving the base. Can you actually track it in the air? No, but you can see it on the minimap. And I'm gonna go ahead and channel. GG, boys. Bomb build was kind of fun. I did feel very squishy because we didn't have the level 4 shield talent. I got very used to that. Kind of defined my play style, honestly. I would just kind of make terrible trades with people and then laugh at them when they lost. Like, I was prepared to laugh at Jimmy early on in that bout, but it didn't quite happen. We do get MVP, 28% hero damage done, 24% siege, and 21% XP contribution. Those stats are fine. I wouldn't say they're spectacular or anything. If you want to follow along at home, there are some variations you can do to this, and I will fill you in on what they are. So level 1, we did go for rocket boots. Then we went for hyper-focus coils. You could take the energy shield here, but this does give you more damage, that's for sure. We then went for Goblin Fusion. Another popular choice here is Overload at level 7. Gravel Bomb into the superior schematics for us, but you could get even more spell damage with the overcharge capacitors if that was more your thing. From there, Arc Reactor at 16 is a huge power spike, and Bomb Toss at 20 seemed pretty fun. I usually go for Miniature Black Hole, but Bomb Toss seemed like it could be pretty good. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you again soon. Goodbye.